Hello, my name is Phil Elvin. I'm Head of Sales for True Potential Wealth Management, and I've worked for True Potential for just over 6 years.
Hello, my name is Joy Anderson and I work for the CAP team. I've worked for True Potential for just over 4 years.
Today we are going to take you through our working from home video.
It's 8 AM and as you can see, this is my glamorous workstation. I've tried to make the most of it, considering this room is going to be redecorated. Typically my monitor would have broken on the day that I'm filming this, but yeah.
So this is my home workstation setup. It's pretty Spartan, but it's pretty much got everything I need. Got the laptop, an additional monitor. It's always easier to work off two screens. I made a point of bringing my mouse rest home. Eases the aches and pains on the arm. Again, I keep a paper diary just to help me scribble down any notes throughout the day. I also like to write down all the things I need to do in that given day and tick them off as I go. And it's always satisfying to get everything ticked off and be up to date. Fortunate enough to be able to have it right next to a window so I can look outside. On a sunny day, it's a bit of a tease to look outside and see the nice weather, but being able to benefit from the natural light certainly does help one's mood.
As I mentioned, I'm part of the CAP team. We deal with acquisition of clients from advisors who are looking to retire, wish to leave the industry, or who would like to join True Potential with a new client base. Between the 4 account managers, Leslie, Clark, Ed and Alex, Susie Reid and myself, we deal with around 120 advisors who are actively involved in the conversion contract. We liaise with more or less every department in TP daily, the main teams being finance, customer care, the transfers team, and of course the production and strategy teams. I use the support site V6 and now V8, which is the new system being built by our in-house development team, along with Andrew Littlefair, who is a systems specialist, amongst others. There is around a dozen of us who live test the system every day with our everyday work to see how we get on. And Andrew asked for our feedback, which we give him in a weekly meeting. There's also a couple of reports that we're filling to help him so he can feed back to the development team. And yeah, it's looking really good. It's looking sleek. It's very fast and I'm very much looking forward to the launch.
My role, my main responsibility is to look and try and pursue the growth of new sales within True Potential Wealth Management. We've got 606 advisors as at the time of filming, so we're a large restricted advice firm, and we've got advisors across the UK. I manage a team of BDMs and account managers, and our main role is to help advisors to look and find new business, as well as encouraging them to use new strategies in advice that we've got at the minute, such as digital direct offer, which is something that we've developed at True Potential within the past couple of months. A typical day starts for me. We have our first call at 8:30. That's with all the BDMs and account managers, the whole sales team. Firstly, we go over and pick over the bones of what happened the day before. The results that we've had, share any intelligence, and really try and tie everything up from the day prior. Thereafter, we look ahead for what we've got to pick up that day, any opportunities that we see, anything that might need an intervention where an advisor might need a little bit of help and a conversation. And typically that call lasts for about half an hour. On a video call each morning, 8:30. Say hello, everybody. Very good. After the initial call with the wealth management sales team, I've then got half an hour or so to have a look through the MI from the day prior ahead of a wider group call at 9:30, where we really repeat the exercise of looking back through the day's business, how the day went, and then forecasting that day and the rest of the month. After that call concludes, usually around about 9:45, typically I then fill the rest of my morning and albeit the rest of my day up with speaking to advisors about various different things that they've got going on, where we're looking to bring new business across for True Potential, and also picking up with in and out with the sales team in terms of what they're coming across that day. So nice busy day, and it always helps to have a cup of coffee on the go. Throughout the day, every hour or every hour and a half or so, I try and step outside to take some of the calls when I'm speaking to team members or with advisors. It's quite easy to get caught in the trap of just sitting at your desk, so stepping outside, getting the blood pumping slightly and getting a bit of fresh air often helps. It's also not bad when the weather's nice. I tend not to come out when it's raining. One development for us that we've encountered during lockdown is that we have had to move house. We had to move house because there was a key worker in our property chain. Moving house is not something that I would recommend for people who enjoy a calm or a stress-free life, especially during lockdown, and it has initially presented a few challenges to us.
Yeah, we didn't have the internet for quite a few days, leading into needing to go back to work, which was an issue. Luckily it was sorted out. And my desk consisted of an upside down placemat and the arm of a chair for a while.
Thankfully, we did manage to address those things by eventually the internet engineer coming around and installing the internet, and we also went and queued at IKEA for an hour to get in there, which again I wouldn't recommend, but it did enable Jen to get a desk. Also, having a new home has presented a few opportunities to us as well. There is never anything not to do because there's a fair bit of work that needs to go on in this house, so there's always plenty DIY for both of us to be on with to keep ourselves busy. What I try and do 3-4 times a week is nip out for a run just before lunch. Obviously the exercise is meant to be good for you. Getting the oxygen into the system is definitely good, and just getting out of the house and seeing some greenery always cheers me up somewhat. It's always good to be outside. So I'll report back in after the run. Well, that's the run completed. I don't think Mo Farah has anything to worry about in regards to that. What I usually do now is have a walk for 5 minutes or so until I can feel my legs again, and then I'll nip into the house and we'll have a bit of lunch. In terms of any challenges from adapting to working from home from a company perspective, personally I've found that we've been in a fantastic position in respect of the work that we do. Generally doesn't necessarily require us to have a fixed workstation or a place of work, as it were. As long as we've got an internet connection and a mobile phone, we're able to work. From a wider point of view, what we've found and had fed back to us through our wealth management partners is by using the True Potential system, with the fact that everything is system based, it's allowed pretty much the majority or the whole of True Potential to seamlessly work remotely, because by using technology it's a remote access piece anyway. Another thing that we've found interesting is the feedback we're getting from advisors about how other firms or other providers have taken to working remotely in lockdown. I think the wider market has seen a huge struggle. They really haven't got to grips with how you can do business by using technology, and for us that's been really satisfying. The feedback we've been getting from advisors has been fantastic, and it makes the hard work so much more worthwhile when you get people reassuring you that you're definitely doing the right thing. So always good to hear back from the advisors that using the technology is the right approach. Since we entered lockdown and working from home, something that we've put a lot of effort in and been really mindful of is reaching out to our advisors. Oftentimes people, they might work alone and they're in various different areas, so we feel it's definitely the right thing to do to catch up with them at least weekly on the weekly True Potential Wealth Management Advisor webinar. That runs every Thursday at 10 o'clock if you'd like to join. What we do in that is typically we have a look through what's happening in the rest of the industry and what we see as the right things to be doing, what we definitely know are the wrong things to be doing, and really creating a bit of a forum where we can have a bit of interaction and a bit of conversation with our advisors. In addition to that, at a staff level, what we do at True Potential on a Friday is we have our working from home group webinar. We go through essentially the group results, but also a few fun items in there like various film reviews and what have you. The other week, the wealth management team, we ran our own working from home webinar, which was good fun because we put together a bit of a medley of light entertainment, including our tribute to The Greatest Showman and also our own version of Through the Keyhole, which was really good fun to put together.
It's the end of the day now, around 5:45, and due to the weather outside, we're thinking we're going to go for a little walk.
Yeah, it looks like a nice warm evening, so we'll go for a walk. We're not quite sure when we'll be able to go back to the office with the current guidelines in terms of things personally that I'm missing from working in the office. One, really fast internet. Two, the ability to have a face-to-face meeting. You can't really beat having a good sit down and a chat with someone, in my opinion. And thirdly, obviously the camaraderie and the banter with the rest of the team.
Yeah, I'm missing the crack, missing my friends, missing colleagues that I wouldn't ordinarily text every day, missing the kitchens, because they're very nice kitchens to have lunch in, especially those taps. I love those taps.
They are good taps.
They are.
They dispense hot water, that's the reason for that tap comment.
They're also filtered.
That's true. Thank you for watching our working from home video, and hopefully see you soon.
Take care.
Bye-bye.